pray and say, God, what would you have me to share in my testimony? Ask God to show you the things, right, that He's done for you to be able to get up here and share. And then whenever God lays it on your heart, don't fight Him, don't argue with Him like some of us do, right? Say, hey, I want to give my testimony, okay? So, y'all welcome Ryan. This is not my thing. I have hard enough time talking to somebody face to face, let alone a whole bunch of you. So, anyway, my name's Ryan Schmidt. My wife's Brianna. We have 6 kids. We've been doing this for Bree's been one year longer than I have. But anyway, I guess I'll start at the beginning. I was born and raised in Las Vegas, Sin City. So, just that in itself is a testimony to be able to come out of that place. But anyway, my parents, they divorced when I was 4 years old. The judge did something you would never hear them do these days. He split me and my sister up. My sister went with my mom, I went with my dad. So I basically became an only child, and I was raised by my grandparents. Growing up, we didn't go to church. My family's, my dad's beliefs, my grandparents' belief was, if you're a good person, that's good enough. Mm-hmm. If you're a good person, you'll get to heaven. You just got to be a good person. Don't break laws, and you'll be all right. The teaching behind that, the few times we did go to church, was basically just when my dad had a girlfriend that went to church. I remember asking him one time, Dad, what's the tithe bill for? Oh, that's a tip for the pastor. You put a couple bucks in there, that's his tip. So that was my biblical teaching from my dad. But I grew up what I thought to be a good person. I didn't steal. I mostly didn't lie, except to my normal teenage stuff. But anyway, I thought I was a good person. So 18 years old, I moved away from home. I moved to Topeka, Kansas. My mom's dad, which I didn't grow up around, he lived in Kansas, and he invited me to come with him. Now he's complete opposite. My grandfather, he's a godly man, and it makes me kind of sad because he got Alzheimer's now, so he doesn't even remember who I am. But anyway, he first tried to introduce me to Jesus, and I didn't want any part of it. I thought I was good enough. I didn't need that too. And he kept at it. We had a lot of arguments. I mean, toe-to-toe arguing. Back then, I was extremely selfish, and I like to argue. So any chance I could, I brought it up and tried to find a reason to argue with him. And so anyway, I got to Kansas. I met a girl, and we did things we weren't supposed to be doing. So here came Serena. And so I called my grandfather back in Las Vegas, the one that was, well, if you're a good person, you're good enough. I said, well, Grandpa, this is what happened. I got a girl pregnant. And he said, well, first question, when you get married? Well, I didn't think about that. I didn't necessarily want to do that, but I respect my grandfather enough that within about 3 months we were married. And so a few years of being married goes by. I still don't go to church. I'm still, I'm a good person. Serena was about 2 years old, and her mom started disappearing for days at a time. And I'd go and talk to my grandpa, and he tried to cheer me up, and it turned out she ran off with another guy. And I remember Serena being 2 years old, standing in the front yard as her mom was driving off. Dad, I'm never going to see her again. I'm never going to see her again. I want my mom. And it was the hardest thing. I got really depressed. At that point, not depressed enough that I wanted to end my life, but I mean, bad depressed. And so my grandfather more and more, you need to go to church. You need to go to church. I don't want any part of church. So he did the opposite thing. He every chance I was at his house, he turned off his gun-smoking Bonanza and he put on John Hagee. And he put on the 700 Club. He was going to make me, whether I wanted to or not. So anyway, after several months of that, and just I finally broke down to a point that if you've ever watched 700 Club, at the end of 700 Club, they always do a salvation prayer. Every episode. And so I said, you know what? Nothing else is working. So I said it. And I woke up the next morning, I said, I don't feel any different. I guess it didn't work. So I did it again. And I did it again, and I did it again. I said, well, what's the point of this? Nothing's changed. Well, that's because I didn't change. I kept doing the same things that I've been doing. Just because I said that prayer, my life didn't. I mean, it wasn't okay, everything's fixed. So I started to kind of go to church a little bit, but I didn't. It still wasn't. I still had a lot of questions. I still wasn't sure if there was a God. I just knew that it was just me and her, and I was extremely lonely. But so anyway, a few years after that, I met another woman, and we went to Assembly of God Church. I'd never been to Assembly of God Church, so first time I go in, people are talking in tongues and bouncing off chairs. I'm like, whoa, this is different. So, but I started learning more, and I started to make the change. I started seeking God. He'd been there the whole time, but I started looking for him, and so my life started to change. And but the woman I was with, we ended up getting married, and the marriage wasn't good from the beginning. I was doing everything I thought I could to fix it. We were going to church. We were doing everything I thought was to fix it, but it wasn't going good. And I fell back in depression. Bad enough this time that I did want to do something about it. So I remember one night loading up all the pills that I could find in the house and driving down to the lake. My plan was to take all those pills. Nobody knew where I was. My phone was blowing up. I wasn't going to answer it because I'm going to do what I want to do. And I know if I answer that phone and I talk to somebody, they're going to stop me. So I'm just going to do it. So I get down to the lake. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I know how God stopped me from that. He just filled my head with thoughts of my kids.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
And as much as I'm not going to answer the phone, I finally answered it. It was my mom. I guess my wife at the time had called my mom. And so anyway, I went and I got help. I checked myself into the pavilion. And I got to the pavilion, I said, man, these people are nuts. But so I got myself out of there as quick as I could. But anyway, so fast forward maybe 6 months from then, I started working in the oil field. And I got a phone call one day from my wife at the time's sister, and she said, Ryan, I got to tell you something. She said, she's messing around on you. I thought, here we go again. I thought things were better this time. And to top it off, it was with a woman. So I felt even less of a man than, because why would your wife leave you for a woman? So I remember I was in my work truck in Odessa, driving to a lease way out in the middle of nowhere, and this time I had a gun. I thought, I got the courage to do it this time. And here I come again, just thoughts of my kids. God did it again. He saved me from that again. And that marriage ended up ending. And I had no thoughts of. In fact, I don't know how many times I said it. I was like, I'm never getting married again. I'm done. I'm done with women. I don't want any part of that. And I just started going to church more. I started reading the Bible more. And I said, that needs to be my focus. And so I kept working in the oil field. You know, after time, you lose that focus. You start doing other things. I started drinking a little bit. I thought, you know what? The women I've been with have hurt me, so I might as well, you know, get some pleasure for myself, and the heck with the woman. So I started sleeping around. I started just being with women to get what I wanted out of it. I was being selfish. And so I did that for a little while. And surprisingly enough, my first ex-wife, Serena's mom, she asked me to go to church with her. That's weird. Go to church with my ex-wife. But I went, and I mean, it was just, you know, there wasn't anything. We just went. But so she got me going back to church again. And the whole time I'd said, I'm not getting married. I'm not getting married. And then Bree, we met. I said, I'm not getting married. We were married after a month. So we got to do it again. He showed me what I'm not going to do. So we've been married now for 4 years. I slipped into a little bit of depression again since we've been married, and it got to the point that I was going to end it. But God, once again, He pulled me out of it. And my family here, they pulled me out of it. And God did it again. He saved me again. There's been a lot of miracles in my life. Just the fact that I'm still here is one. Our son Huxley, we didn't try too hard, but we got pregnant pretty quick, and we ended up losing 2 babies. And I've tried to still to this day stay strong about that and not really let her realize how upset that made me. But we finally got pregnant with that little guy. And the day that he was born, they tried to put her into labor two weeks before that, a week before that, and she was in labor for almost 2 days, and he didn't come. So the doctor did something I never would have thought. He said, "Well, I'm going to send you back home, and you come back a week from now. We'll try it again." So I tried it again. She was in labor for about 2 days again, and finally he said, "Well, we're going to take him." So I'd had 2 other kids C-section before. Well, I didn't, but I mean, I looked at it. I knew the routine. The woman's on the bed, they take the baby out, the dad's up by her head, he brings you the baby, you see the baby, oh, okay, and then you go to the nursery. It didn't go that way this time. They took the baby and they rushed him back off to the back of the room, and they didn't let us see him. And I looked at the nurse, and she just had the whitest look on her face that I'd ever seen. She just kept looking at me. And I knew something was wrong. And so they, next thing I know, they're pulling out one of the bags that you see on TV shows, you know, where a couple of the people breathe, and they got him back. And the doctor says, "You need to go with them." So they rush him. And I don't remember what I said, but I remember walking by these guys, and as they're rushing Huxley to the nursery, and I think I said, he's not breathing, or it's not good. I don't remember what I said. We get to the nursery, and they pull him in the nursery, and they have, you know, like normal nurseries, they have a big glass window in the front. They slam those curtains shut. And we were allowed in there. We didn't know what was going on. And I remember Joanne telling me, she said, "Ryan, you need to be praying for life. You need to be praying for life." Well, he came out not breathing, and they bagged him for about 45 minutes. We didn't know that at the time. And they finally came out and they said, "Okay, he's going to be okay."
He's going to be okay. We got to keep him back here. He's not breathing on his own, but he's going to be okay. And from day one, he's been a miracle of God.
Amen.
From day one. More recently, I know Dale shared this, but we were going to a church function in Amarillo. We were going to go see a players kid. And we were almost there. We were downtown Amarillo, almost there. And I was sitting in the back with the kids. I was sitting in the back with Kinsey. I was laying down, trying to get her shoes on. Next thing I know, the van's just flipping. It's rolling. Kids are screaming. We end up upside down. And I've never been in anything like that before. Never made a little fender benders, but not anything like that, and certainly not with kids. And the next thing I know, it was angels. It might have been a humanly form, but it was angels. Our car was just surrounded by people, pulling the kids out to safety, pulling Bree out, pulling me out, pulling Joanne out. And the fact that all of us are still alive through that, it's just amazing. But there's a deal on YouTube. I like watching it, and I guess I think of it of my life as this. And it's from the Skit guy. So if you look at it later on YouTube, it's called God's Chisel, and it's basically a skit of this guy that God appears, and he's talking about he wants God to help turn him into a masterpiece. So God's like, he's there with his chisel and his hammer. He's like, okay, I'm ready. And the guy's like, okay, well, can you kind of chisel, right here, because I need some work here. God's like, that's not the way this works. It's going to hurt. It's going to take time. But you just stick with me, and you will be my masterpiece.
Amen.
And
Amen.
that's my walk with God. There's a lot of times like, God, this is going to hurt. Like this right now, standing in front of you. But he's like, I know it's going to hurt, but I love you enough that I want to do this.
Amen.
And so that's my story. I left a lot out, but maybe I'll get up here again and tell you all some other stuff. So thank you.